She worked a 12-hour shift last night, double masked, short-staffed, running on coffee. And parked outside that hospital is a Lamborghini, $280,000. Could she actually buy one? How long would it actually take? Let's find out. Quick disclaimer. This is education, not financial advice. Do your own research before making any moves. Now, let's get into it. It's 2 in the morning. Sarah's been on her feet for 11 hours straight. She hasn't eaten since lunch. 3 patients need her at the same time. She doesn't complain. This is just Tuesday. Now let's talk about what she actually earns. Not what people assume, what the data says. The median registered nurse in the United States earns around $77,000 a year. That's the middle of the road. Show up, do the work, go home. A nurse with 3 to 5 years of experience pulls between $85,000 and $95,000. A specialist nurse, ICU, emergency, surgical, regularly clears $100,000 to $115,000. No MBA required. No corner office politics. The average college graduate earns $58,000 a year. A registered nurse earns more, with a 2 to 4 year degree, not a 6-year one. And student debt. The average nursing graduate carries around $30,000 in loans. Compare that to a law graduate carrying $145,000. Yeah, the gap is real. Most people just never see it. But here's the part that makes nurses go quiet when they hear it. Because we haven't touched what happens to that salary once real life shows up. Hold that thought. We're coming back to it. Most people stop paying attention right here. That's the mistake. We're using a registered nurse earning $85,000 a year. Experienced. Knows the job cold. Not entry level, not a specialist. The real working American nurse. 85,000 sounds like breathing room. Until everything else lines up at the door. Federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare. After all of it, she takes home around $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month. Now let's spend it. Rent in a mid-sized city, Atlanta, Phoenix, Denver. $1,700 a month for something reasonable. Groceries, $500. Utilities, phone, internet, $250. Student loan repayment, $350 a month. Car payment and insurance, $450. Health and scrubs and work expenses, $200. And a conservative $400 for everything else. A dinner, a birthday gift, an unexpected bill life sends without warning. Add it all up. $3,850 out. $5,000 coming in. That leaves her $1,150 every single month. $1,150. That's the entire engine of this Lamborghini dream. After a 12-hour shift, 2 extra shifts this week, and years of loan payments still clearing. $1,150. That's what Sarah's 12-hour shifts actually leave behind. That number is everything we're working with, so our nurse has $1,150 left every single month. No investments, no strategy, just discipline and a savings account doing nothing. How long to reach $280,000? 280,000 divided by 1,150 a month. That's 243 months. Just over 20 years? But here's what nobody actually tells you. The timeline isn't the enemy. The strategy is. And most nurses never get shown one. Because once you see the alternative, the timeline changes completely. Here's where it starts to shift. Now what if she puts that surplus into a high yield index fund? $1,150 a month, working instead of sitting, averaging around 10% a year. That's the long-term average. 20 years drops to around 12. What if she picks up one travel nursing contract? Average travel nurse earns between $90,000 and $120,000 a year. Her monthly surplus jumps to $2,200 or more. The timeline drops to under 9 years. And we're just getting started. That's one move, one contract, one decision. Here's what a second move looks like. Hold on to that number, because we're about to measure it against something much bigger. The Lamborghini Huracan, 630 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It doesn't ask for your attention, it takes it. Base price, $280,000. But the sticker is just the beginning. Annual insurance on a Lamborghini, $12,000 to $18,000 a year. Maintenance and servicing, $8,000 to $12,000 annually. Depreciation in year 1, potentially $40,000 the moment it leaves the lot. She saves for 20 years to buy it, and it drops $40,000 in value on day 1. $40,000 gone. Day 1. That's more than some nurses earn in an entire year. Most people never even factor that in. Real cost of ownership over 5 years, closer to $400,000 total, not $280,000, $400,000. That's the actual number. So let's run the full calculation, slow and deliberate. $1,150 a month saved. No strategy, no upgrades, no smart decisions, just a savings account. $280,000 needed. And here's the number nobody actually wants to say out loud. That is 243 months. Say that again. 243 months. 20 years and 3 months. She'd spend the best years of her life working toward it, and only sit in that car when the energy to enjoy it is gone. Not as a test drive, as the owner. Yeah, that one lands differently than most people expect. This isn't just about one nurse. This is about anyone who spent years learning to save lives and never had anyone sit down and run these numbers with them. Now add the real cost of ownership, $400,000, 5 years. At $1,150 a month, that's over 29 years. No emergencies, no holidays, no breathing room. That's the honest, unfiltered answer for a nurse who changes nothing. But a nurse who does, that number falls apart fast. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Everything we just calculated rests on one assumption. One single assumption. The assumption that the nurse who walked in at 22 walks out the same way at 65. That's the real reason the Lamborghini feels out of reach. The ceiling isn't the salary. The ceiling is the job title. And that's optional. Upgrade path 1. Go travel and go specialist. The gap between a standard hospital nurse and a travel nurse isn't just a contract. Travel nursing adds $30,000 to $50,000 a year in base pay alone. In most states, tax-free stipends on top, housing covered, meals covered, and specialization. That's where the number accelerates. And here's the number that stops most people cold. A certified, registered nurse anesthetist earns between $190,000 and $230,000 a year. Dollars, not a typo, not a doctor, a nurse. Remember that $1,150 a month we kept coming back to. Watch what happens to it now. A travel nurse earning $115,000 a year toward the top of that range clears a monthly surplus closer to $2,500. Keep investing consistently. The Lamborghini is reachable in around 10 years. Not financed, not leased, cash. Upgrade path 2. Stack the income. nurses are uniquely positioned for side income that most professions can't access. Telehealth consulting, legal nurse consulting, even health content creation. 1 to 2 shifts a month on a telehealth platform. That adds 12,000 to 20,000 a year. Personal income, not revenue. Take home. So what do you think the Lamborghini timeline looks like when surplus hits 4,000 a month? Because most people get this part completely wrong. At that level, keep investing aggressively. The target moves inside 7 years, financed smart, possibly sooner. And this is the move almost nobody in this profession talks about. 2 paths, 1 decision. Stop letting the system decide your income. Start deciding yourself. The badge gets you in the building. The strategy gets you in the car. PAYGRADE. Know your worth. Sarah kept 3 patients alive last night while short-staffed. She's not as far from that Lamborghini as anyone thinks. Nobody ran these numbers for her. Until now. That's exactly what we do here. We do the research. You get the answers. Drop your job in the comments. Your video might be next.